Hey everybody, this is Phoenix Down, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. In the last episode, while exploring the cave on the Veldt, we ran into Interceptor, who seems to want us to follow him somewhere. So he's just one room away now, so let's get going. Let's check up on Interceptor, see what he has to tell us. And Setzer gained a level from that battle, so he's up to, what, 31 now? Yep, 31. Alright, awesome. Alright, there he is. Oh, there's Shadow. He looks like he's hurt. Alright, Interceptor, we're coming. Let's check up on him. Look at those wounds. Man, this is bad. And wait, what the? Ah, nuts! It's time for a boss battle against the senior behemoth. This guy can be really nasty. He has a 1 in 3 chance of countering with physical attacks. If you turn him into an imp... Whoa, crap. If you turn him into an imp, he will respond by doing critical attacks. If you remember my battle against the number 124 or 024 back in the Magitech research facility, it's basically like that. He'll do all critical attacks. He'll do 2 per turn until he tries to turn himself back to normal with the imp spell himself. And while he's weak to Pearl or Holy Elemental attacks, do not cast them on him because he will counter with Meteo, and it will override his normal attack script. So he will, from then on, every time he counterattacks, he will counterattack with Meteo instead of a physical attack. So that's something to watch out for. Do a sword tech. Alright, we got Sabin doing the bum rush. He can be pretty nasty. He's got ice too. Crap. But Gao's Scrapper Rage absorbs ice elemental attacks, which is one of the reasons why I chose that for him. Plus, it also does the Elf Fire technique, because the senior behemoth, or Behemoth King. Oh, we defeated him. All right. Wait, what? There's an enemy coming from behind. And now it's time for round 2, as another monster appears. The undead, revived Behemoth King. You can just one-shot this guy with the life spell. But that wouldn't be any fun. But you do want to take him out quickly because he will use Doom on his 2nd turn and will do Meteo on his 3rd turn. So we want to defeat him as quickly as possible. But he shouldn't be too much of a problem. Actually, you know what? Oh, and the battle has been won. Alright. Victory! We defeated the Behemoth King, or Senior Behemoth, whatever you want to call him. We got 5 magic points. Gao learned Float, not that I care. Setzer learned Bio, which is cool. And we got a Behemoth suit. This is the best piece of armor for Strago and Realm. But it has another function that I will be exploiting probably later this episode. And we also got a Thunderblade for defeating the first form of the Behemoth, the Senior Behemoth. We can't do anything for her here. Wait, what? Okay, so yeah, this is a well, it's not quite a mistranslation. It's more like a coding oversight. But basically, if Shadow dies on the floating continent. If you fail to wait for him and just jump on the airship when you get to that ledge during the countdown, Shadow dies, and in his place here will be Realm instead. Now, why Realm would be in a place like this, I don't know. It's hard enough understanding why Shadow's here, but let's take her back to Thamasa using the airship. I don't know why. Again, I don't know why we're choosing Thamasa all of a sudden, other than the fact that we just haven't been there yet. But I mean, this makes more sense if you have Realm. So I guess Woolsey just forgot to translate an alternate version of this for Shadow. And the funny thing is that they correct this in the PlayStation 1 version for Final Fantasy Anthologies. Only they made it so it always says him. So if you have Realm here instead of Shadow, it will call her a him. So they kind of fixed it, but kind of didn't. They just created a different problem. But anyway, we automatically transport back to Thamasa aboard the Falcon, so Shadow can get his wounds treated. Again, I don't know why we're going to Thamasa, but there you go. And here it is. Oh, there's this weird island in, like north of it. We'll have to remember that for later. That might be relevant at some point. And Shadow's lying in, I guess, Drago's bed. You were having a nightmare. Yeah, we'll go into more about that sort of thing with Shadow soon enough. Not today. It looks like Shadow's having a dream sequence. Who's this guy? Oh, it sounds like Interceptor. You came to fetch me, but I won't be coming back. I want you and the girl to live in a peaceful world. And then the mysterious guy ran away. Huh. But Interceptor seems to be torn and follows after the guy. I wonder what that was all about. Well, we'll learn a little bit more about that stuff later. You could have uncovered all that stuff beforehand, like if you had hired Shadow back and Colligan back like after the battle at Narsh, like way in the World of Balance, really early in the game, and then just rested at an inn multiple times. You could have uncovered that whole story before this point. I waited just because I didn't want to deal with it at the time. We'll do that eventually. But let's rest here a moment. Are you okay? No need to worry. It's just a scratch. It's merely a flesh wound. Also, he's gonna stand guard, so you just relax. And there's Interceptor, all enthusiastic to be a guard dog. Good boy, Interceptor. Well, since we're in Thamasa, let's check things out. Maybe we can get a clue as to other aspects of the world. I mean, they're kind of isolated now. And they still haven't fixed the burned down building. What do you have to say, kid? Yeah, all the fun places are gone now. That's great. That's all he cares about, I guess. We still got General Leo's grave over here. So we pay our respects. You don't really get anything for it. You can't pull out his sword or anything, even though it was just a crystal sword. We can buy those now, so it's like, whatever. It would be cool if there was like some kind of aspect to like, oh, we got the spirit of the great warrior on our side now. And what does this lady have to say? Oh, for the first time in 50 years, Ebbett's Rock is above water. Okay, I recall somebody mentioning that a while ago. And we got this guy. After the end of the world, I awoke all alone in Doma Castle. What were you doing in Doma Castle? When I would try to sleep there, demons would come for me. Oh, I don't want to remember that. So yeah, that's an interesting thing. Oh, he doesn't say anything else. I thought he had something else to say. Maybe we should check out Doma Castle sometime. Not today, but eventually. We got the Elder's house. What do you have to say, old man? It's only been a year since the world changed, but it feels like forever. And that's all he has to say. Okay. Alright, well, just reminiscing about the old days. Mourning the new. There's another guy wandering around somewhere that I need to talk to. Here we are. I saw a monster floating in the sky. It looked just like a fish. Yeah, he's talking about a certain monster. I kind of hinted at it earlier in the LP that the skies, while the skies are ours, we're not alone in the skies. There's actually a boss monster that randomly appears on the world map in like a fixed location. You can't see where it is or anything, but if you run into it, you get into a boss battle with Doom Gaze, or Death Guys, depending on what translation. It is a relatively powerful enemy. I'm not ready to fight him right now, but it's something to keep in mind. Anyway, I don't think any of this stuff is really anything I want to get right now. Yeah, I'm gonna pass up on all this gear right now. The light robe, I don't have anyone to equip that on right now, and behemoth suits are better anyway. And the weapons, well, we got this kind of stuff. Again, nothing I really care about. I am going to get a couple, I'm going to get 2 trumps, or, this is the Doom Darts in the other translations. How convenient that those happen to be there. I was just thinking I'm going to have to stop and buy those. You can buy a Gold Lance, I already have one. Man-Eater, I don't really need to get another one at this point. Get Ninja Stars for Shadow. Shadow didn't join the party yet, so I'm going to hold off on that. But yeah, those trumps will come in handy very soon. So I guess that's about all we can do here in Thamasa. Well, I think there's that old lady in the item shop. Let's see if she has anything interesting to say, or if she's not there anymore. And nothing I really care about. Okay, now let's head out of Thamasa and get back to the Falcon. I want to head on over to, well, actually, if I go back inside Thamasa and talk to a certain NPC, I think it's the guy that was telling me about Doomgaze. If you're looking for the man dressed all in black, he left for the Coliseum. Okay. Well, he recovered very fast. So Shadow's no longer in Thamasa. He left and head over to the Coliseum. And we have that striker in our possession that we got at the cave on the Veldt anyway, so maybe we should head over that way. But first I want to make a quick stop at a couple towns. I need to pick up a couple items. There was something I forgot to do over at Miranda after we got Cyan in the party. So I'm going to park next to Miranda. I'm going to make a quick stop here. I want to pick up a couple things in the shops anyway. But this kind of wraps up the whole Cyan Lola story arc. Anyway, I want to find the weapon shop. I guess it's over here. So I want to buy, stock up on a few things. I want to get 4 falchions, or however you pronounce that. Not to equip or to use, but it might be useful down the road. I'll have a purpose for that, and I will explain that shortly. But let's go check up on Lola. She's here. We still got our flowers. You talk to the letter, and Cyan will switch it for the letter that he wrote on the table there back when we found him on Mount Zozo about how he realized the error of his ways and that he shouldn't have been pretending to be her boyfriend, blah blah blah. I knew that those flowers and letters weren't sent by my boyfriend. I just didn't want to admit it. I was lying to myself, but I'm alright now, as I read those letters. The pain I felt in my heart became bearable. I'm sure whoever wrote them has suffered greatly. I wish I could meet him. It's like, actually... Like, no, it's for the best not to. Look to the future. We have a lot of life left to live. Yeah, it's like pretty much exactly what you said in the letter. That's kind of like all the hints that you need. I'll take your words to heart. I'll be okay. And Lola's gonna be alright. Hooray! So now let's head back to the Falcon, and I want to make a quick stop at Coliseum, actually. There's another weapon I want to pick up that I didn't have the money to get before. So let's see. Coliseum. It's up this way. No Doomgaze, no whammies. I'm not ready for Doomgaze right now. Though I am glad that Setzer gained that level when he did in the cave to the Veldt, because I did not want anybody with a multiple of 5 in my party. And you can probably guess why just by me saying that. So let's go over to the weapon shop. Oh, by the way, I guess I could cover what that Narsh guard says after Setzer joined the party. Move it, lady. Lady, move! Alright, weapons. I want to buy some dice. Just one of these will do. It basically, ignore the fact that it has a battle power of 1. It basically does fixed damage based on a random, whatever numbers come up with the dice. Which is good against certain enemies that have perfect defense or near perfect defense, because otherwise you'd only be doing like 1 HP of damage. But with the fixed damage input or output or whatever, you can circumvent that. You can go around it. But yeah, there's that frozen Asper over in Narsh. We'll have to keep that in mind. Maybe we'll make preparations to do that pretty soon. The World of Ruin is very expansive, very open. You can do anything in just about any order you want. Alright, but now it's time to check out that Coliseum. Where is it? Did I overshoot it? There it is. It looks like the Opera House. It has the same building model. Park right here. Now, before entering the Coliseum, you want to save. I recommend that. Down here. Alright. So let's head on in. The Coliseum. You talk to these guys. The more precious the item wagered, the better your prize will be. So basically the way the Coliseum works is that you can bet certain items. you'd have a one-on-one battle with a monster of some type, and if you win, you get something better, usually. And this guy says the same thing as the other one. And what are you doing here? Ultros? Look at me, I'm a receptionist. Wahaha. Now you better watch what you bet, or Master Chupon will just come and take it from you. And he says the same thing. I thought maybe he had a different line there. But yeah, if you bet certain items, Chupon will appear and just sneeze you out of the battle. And it's like, nah, you're... And it's just like an instant, like, draw, basically. You still get to keep your item, but you don't get the better thing. Oh, here's an Imperial soldier. What are you doing here, man? He's the last soldier, but he has some valuable information. Talk to the Emperor twice. Use this when you found the place where the Emperor hid a secret treasure. Huh. Okay, well, I guess I'll have to figure out something about the, where the Emperor could be. I thought he probably would have died after falling off of the floating continent. And we have Siegfried here. Someone's been pretending to be me. Don't be fooled. Huh. Okay, that's curious. So yeah, you can actually fight Siegfried here in the Coliseum. And I don't intend to do that anytime soon. I don't know if I'll even do that at all in the LP unless you guys really want to see it, but anyway, you know, here's the old man that founded the Dragon Neck Colosseum. He's the guy that wanted to build it back in the World of Balance. Ultros couldn't pay his debt, so he got put to work. And he figures he'll be here about another 100 years. Poor Ultros. And creatures from all over the world come here to compete. And there's some guy here who's dressed all in black. He's looking for a blade known as the Striker. Oh, okay. Now the timing and everything is a little out of sync, but basically Shadow is the person that was after the Striker. That's probably why he was at the cave to the Veldt in the first place. He just got jumped by the senior behemoth. But okay, enough dilly-dallying. Let's fight in the Coliseum, but let's do an explanation in case I missed anything. You fight for items, etc. here. First, choose the thing you want to wager. Next, your opponent will appear. Choose someone from your party to fight this opponent. A one-on-one auto battle will take place, and the item you wagered covers your participation fee. So basically, the item that you wager, you lose that. You will never get that back unless it's a draw, basically. So I mean, if it's something really precious, you know, always make sure you save before competing in the Coliseum. Just leave the building, save, come back in, do the next match. I mean, every single time. I can't stress that enough because some of the monsters here can like one-shot you, because you have like enemies that can be fought in the final dungeon in this place. And it's also an auto battle. You do not get to control your party members, which sucks. That is like the biggest drawback of this whole thing, because I mean, I guess it makes sense. I guess it'd be too easy to break it if that were the case. You know, you just bring in Sabbath, bum rush, oh, you won. You know, here's your ultimate piece of armor, you know, that sort of thing. But you'll be rewarded with an even better item if you win, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so let's fight in the Coliseum. I am going to... Let's see, I want to get the Striker. Where is that? Okay, it's down here somewhere. It's a knife. No, it's not a knife. Where's the Striker? Yeah, it must be toward the bottom. Yeah, here we go. It's a Dirk. Okay, it has a 25% chance of doing an instant death attack, which is cool. And there's Shadow. If Shadow was not present, if you tried to wager the Striker beforehand, you'd fight Chupon instead. I'm gonna pit him up against Sabin. Let's have martial artists go in head to head. So here we go. We have an auto battle. This is a really easy fight because Shadow does not have anything equipped whatsoever. He cannot throw any items. It's just is obscenely easy. But even if you lose the battle, you'll still see Shadow. And we got the Striker back. I guess he was wagering that himself. So there's Shadow. What are you doing here? The only thing I know how to do is fight. Why not come with us? Well... First I need to see how far I can get here. Well, now Shadow has officially joined the party, permanently this time. We finally got to the point in the game where Shadow will never leave the group again, and he's waiting for us back on the Falcon. So now I'm gonna go out and save, and while I'm here, I wanna get a few more items. You know, there's some things, I'll showcase a little bit of it, but after that I'm going to just do the rest off screen. So I'm going to go out, save, rearrange my party as I need for what I have in store, and I'll be right back. Alright, back in the Coliseum, I changed up my party quite a bit. Got Celeste in the party, got Shadow, Sabin, Setzer. Sabin's basically just there because he's just there. But Celeste, Shadow, and Setzer are the ones I'm going to be using for this. I have different strategies for different encounters in mind. So let's fight in the Coliseum. Now, first I want to use, I want to wager, let's see, I took down some notes. I want to wager Falchion. I probably should have, yeah, oops, too far. I want to wager one of the Falchions, or whatever it's called. And I'm going to fight against an outsider and try to get a flame shield. I'm going to send Setzer. He's equipped with 2 of the trumps, the doom darts, depending on what translation again, and a black belt. Outsider is a final dungeon enemy that has a lot of instant death attacks, but he is susceptible to instant death himself. So I'm going to send Setzer in there and hope that the doom darts do the trick. So I got a preemptive attack, I'm off to the good start. Alright, got him! Victory is mine! I got a flame shield, alright. Now off screen I'll do that 3 more times. I'm gonna go and save real quick, and I'll be right back for the next match. Alright, now I'm going to wager the Zarina gown that I got back in Daryl's tomb. And I'm going to send Shadow out against this sky base. Shadow has a wall ring equipped, because the sky base has a tendency to cast doom spells. It's got like a 75% chance of casting that, and he is susceptible to that spell himself. So I'm just gonna have Shadow not do anything because the sky base counterattacks. And at this point, it's also an enemy found in the final dungeon. So I'm basically just gonna have Shadow try to run, and therefore nullify his ability to cast it or do any actions. And in doing so, we have won, alright, and we got the Minerva, one of the best pieces of armor in the game. It's not so heavy on the magic block, unfortunately, but if I demonstrate, well actually I'm going to look it up in the item menu itself, so I can just click on it and showcase all its special features. We have the Minerva. It raises your max MP by 1/4, but that's only one of its many functions. Look at that, it does 50%, cuts damage in half for water, I believe that's earth, and that's, I think that's, what is that? We got poison, and trying to remember what that little flashy thing is, but it also nullifies wind, lightning, ice, and fire. Yeah, oh, well, that must be holy, that must be like pearl or something, but only Terra and Celeste can equip it. But it does a really good job of, it makes you immune, or at least cuts down damage from pretty much every single element in the game. But only the only the 2 girls can equip that. Realm's too small for the Minerva. It's like a bustier type piece of equipment. So yeah, that's a pretty awesome piece of gear. I'm not going to give that to Celeste yet because her magic, if you notice, her magic block is over the maximum limit now based on everything I gave her. I'll be using her for the next matchup after I go and save again. Alright, so now I'm going to wager the Murasame again for the Aura against the Boris. I want Celeste because she has the maxed out magic block. So she should be untouchable to his strictly physical oriented attack. Yep, good block there. And she did Runic. Unfortunately, since she's on autopilot, I don't have any control over her actions. So this could take a while. Yeah, this might take a while. I'll fast forward this if I have to. We'll see if she starts casting magic or not. Ah, Celeste, come on. And she casts haste too. Well, I guess that'll help. But yeah, see how none of the Boris's attacks are doing anything to Celeste? I just wish he would actually, you know, do something. There we go. That's a step in the right direction. Unfortunately, the Enhancer is not that strong of a weapon physically. Come on, do like Ice 2 or something. Or Poison. Well, I guess that'll work. He's a humanoid enemy, so that should do bonus damage. Alright, and he's been poisoned. That'll cause gradual damage over time as well. Sweet. Doom, okay, hey, if this wipes him out. Nuts. I got my hopes up there. Not sure if he's susceptible to instant death or not. Alright, a critical hit, alright. Come on, Celeste, you can do it! Take him out! There we go, he died of poison. And we got the Aura, it's a stronger weapon for Cyan, which can also be wagered for an even stronger weapon for Cyan, which can then be wagered for perhaps the most powerful lance in the game for Edgar, which I may or may not do, I haven't quite decided yet. But anyway, guys, I'm going to spend a little bit more time in the Coliseum, off-screen in between episodes, and next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy VI, well, I guess, it's about that time. We can go and, check up on Narshe. See how the, city's faring. The monsters have overtaken it. Maybe we can find some clues on how to, circumvent that problem, and see if we can check on that frozen Asper. So this has been Phoenix Down, and I will see you guys next time. Get out of my way, thief guy. Get out of my way.